Today's podcast is brought to you by Bandzoogle. Bandzoogle makes it easy to build a stunning website for your music in minutes. Choose from hundreds of mobile-friendly themes, then customize your design and content in just a few clicks with their super easy-to-use visual editor. All the features you need for a professional website are already built right in, including tools to sell your music and merch commission-free right on your website, mailing list tools to grow your fan list, integrations to pull in content from all your online services, and live support from their musician-friendly team 7 days a week. Bandzoogle plans start at just $8.29 a month, super cheap, and includes your own free custom domain name right there in that price. So go to bandzoogle.com, try it free for 30 days, and be sure to use our promo code TMTS to get 15% off your first year of subscription. And a new sponsor for today, we have ToneCrate. ToneCrate delivers premium Kemper profiles directly to your inbox each and every month from top artists and producers in the industry. If you're tired of too much quantity and not enough quality, look no further than ToneCrate. These guys are great. They put out really, really top-notch profiles, and it's a subscription service, so you continually get more and more profiles each month. As you guys know, we're huge Kemper advocates here on the show, and ToneCrate's a good company doing that for us. So subscribe to ToneCrate, get some amazing Kemper profiles right to your inbox. Welcome to the Musicians Talk Show.
What's up, everybody?
Episode 40. I'm one of your two hosts, Dallas DeWhite.
And I'm Matt Solly.
That's right. So, how we doing, Matt?
I'm doing well. How are you, dude?
I'm doing well. You were just sick, weren't you?
Yeah, dude. I'm feeling a lot better.
Tell me all the dirty details.
It sucks being sick. You can't get enough energy to even want to play music sometimes, man, and that's hard to take.
I can't relate.
My soul hurts some when I'm too sick to play. I went, the thing is, I went really hard. I tried to not even get phased by it. It was I'm just going to go to work. I'm going to be.
Sometimes that's a bad decision.
Sometimes it's the greatest. Sometimes you kick it, and it's
sometimes you can push through it.
Right. This was a bad decision though.
Yeah.
This one was. I got to Wednesday. I was feeling sick from the weekend, kind of, and I got to Wednesday, and I was like, this is not a good idea. I need to stay home. So I stayed home on Wednesday, but man, it sucks being a singer and trying to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
you can't.
I'm glad you kicked it. My voice has been having some issues as well. The first thing to go when I realize I need to chill my voice is my falsetto.
Oh yeah.
All that comes out is
yeah.
Instead of ooh. So
my vocal coach says that if you get good at falsetto, it makes everything better. So it must be the hardest thing to.
I must be the best singer of all time then, because it's the only thing I can do.
Well, he thinks I have a pretty good falsetto too, actually. So maybe it's something that me and you both have this white boy falsetto voice. Who knows?
I work my falsetto more than my regular voice, so my regular voice is not as strong as
you can do it underneath your breath,
but my falsetto is up to par for sure.
Yeah, because you can kind of keep it low and work on it all the time.
Yeah,
and it's easy to hit higher notes like that. Obviously, you don't have to
right.
Push hard. You don't have to be really loud.
Forever, yeah, and it's quiet too. Yeah, exactly.
Right, you don't have to be. Yeah.
So we just spent some time going through all the unsigned artist submissions we've gotten so far.
Yeah,
we've gotten a bunch.
Yep,
and
good so far.
Yeah, we've got some great ones. I wanted to let everyone know, keep them coming.
Absolutely.
You can go right to our website. There's a link at the top that says apply. Or if you want to skip that step, you can just go straight to themusicianstalkshow.com/apply.
Yeah, we can never get enough of that. We can always use more.
So if you're an unsigned artist, if you know an unsigned artist, go ahead and sign them up. All we do is we get the data you put down.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm struggling to form easy sentences right now, but we get that information and then we check it out. And feel like it's a good fit for the show. That's the best way I can word that, I guess.
And we're not going to, absolutely. We're not going to do anything that we don't like. Obviously, we're not going to hate on anything that you send us. So if we're not disinterested in it, don't feel scared that we're going to, talk trash about it, because that's not what we're about. We're only going to promote the stuff we like. And we want to hear all different genres of music and all different perspectives. So send it our way, and we would love to feature you guys in the show if we think it's a good fit.
We've gotten some really good stuff so far.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I think we're going to roll it out next year.
We're going to roll it out in January. Yep.
Yeah, so that'll be good.
So I thought that was my cat jumping up behind me.
She's hanging around. She's ready to jump up at any minute.
Saw her on the prowl over here. Here she comes right now. Here she comes. Oh, there she is.
And she's on
What are you doing? Anyway, unsigned artists. Yeah, you guys get those in. Yep. And you can get them in after the new year. That's fine. If you're hearing this and it's March, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're fine.
It's going to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah. So we'll always take them. Cool. And if we feel like it's a good fit, we will post it on the show.
Yep.
That's all we want to do. And you guys will see how that works as we get into that.
Exactly.
We're working on planning that out right now. So Solo of the Year also, which I'm super excited about, is coming up in December. What are you thinking, Matt? I'm
really excited to get everybody's opinion on what the solos we've chose this year and stuff that we like and what other people are digging. And it's going to be just interesting. A lot of interesting matchups and trying to get that going on the Instagram stories is going to be cool.
Yeah,
And you're
I'm
going to post.
excited.
You're going to post the actual solos on the. Post,
Yeah. So people can listen to them.
You'll be able to listen to them. And
I gotta know, who do you think's gonna win? What's the bet?
Well, one of my favorite guitar players is Slash, so I got high hopes that one of those. So, well, one of them's definitely going to go to the next round.
One of them is definitely not gonna win.
We got them head to head on the first
And
round.
I have a feeling it's gonna be the Garden's gonna get kicked.
You think? And
But
then
nobody
with
knows
Slither,
it, so yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. So I got high hopes for the Slither to go far, I guess. I like all the solos that we picked, though. I think they're so good.
Yeah, but if you had to pick one to win,
Yeah, if I had to
what's
pick
the
one to
you're gonna
win, to win it all,
to win it
win
all,
it all.
take it to the finish line.
Lee
Lee
Lewin's got an awesome solo in there, and that's really I think he's gonna do well. Who's he going against first?
I don't remember. He's
going against Michael.
Well, we're gonna reveal it later, I think, aren't we?
Right.
We can't reveal it too much.
Well, we might have to edit that out a little bit. I gave the first name away.
No, it's okay. There's
Okay.
lots of guitarists named Michael.
That's true, but there's only a few on our list.
That's a good point. I think there's only one on our list. Anyway, if you want to go figure out who that is, more power to you. There's a few on here that I don't really care about. I know those are the ones you picked because I
okay.
wouldn't have picked them.
Yeah, well,
There's
there
a
you
few
go.
of them that I don't think will win.
Yeah, there's definitely strong.
Well, see, I
runners.
don't know who will win, but
the
I
thing is
love,
that we didn't plan on this to be at the end of the year like a big like who's going to win it all. Like we didn't think about that at all. We were just highlighting solos we like and letting you guys.
Right
hear
now,
it.
I'm between Richie Kotzen, Symphony X,
Richie
Prospect,
Kotzen's a good one,
and
man.
what was the other one? Demons.
Yeah, dude, Richie Kotzen, Winery Dogs. That's gonna be tough to fucking beat. That's a really good one.
You know what I love about that solo, Empire? It was episode 2.
Yeah, it was
And
like
what I love about that solo is you can hear the room. It sounds like they mic'd it really far back.
Yeah.
You can hear his pick on the strings. Like you can
Yeah.
hear all sorts of cool
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm thinking back about that now. It is a really cool, like, dynamic song. Like the song itself is a really great song.
Yeah, it's
so.
a cool song. But that solo at the end is so epic.
Yeah. How about James Hetfield's in there, dude? That's a pretty. I mean, he's a rhythm guitar
that's a good
player.
solo.
He's in our solo of the year running.
Yeah, yeah,
It'd be
that's
really interesting
hilarious.
if he makes it. You know, if he however far he makes it, he's a rhythm guitar player, so it's really cool.
Yeah.
Or famous rhythm guitar player. The Savage Messiah solo is really awesome.
Yeah, see, that's not.
Dude,
I don't remember
if you
that one.
listen to it though.
Yeah, I need to listen to it because I don't remember it.
Well, when we're going through it all, that's the nice thing. We'll be able to compare them head to head, hopefully. For
And we'll have a big section of the podcast every time we do a talk show talking about the
the
details
results of
yeah.
every round and whatnot. I think so.
And we vote too, so we'll talk about
Of course,
what
we're
we
gonna vote.
for.
Yeah, we got our own Instagram accounts we can vote with. So you have to be on Instagram to vote. At this point, there's no
Yep.
other way for people to vote, right?
Correct. And bonus points if you follow us. Not really, but it'd be awesome if you'd followed us.
Absolutely. So we're trying to be the biggest. Our biggest presence is on Instagram.
Yeah,
feel
so
our
we
audience
have
is there.
Facebook and
Yeah.
Twitter and all that stuff, but we're definitely most active on Instagram. If you message us on Instagram, we're going to reply immediately.
Yep.
If you like our shit, if you comment on our stuff, like we're all over Instagram, so we see all that stuff. Facebook and Twitter, yes, but less so.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that leads me to another thing, which is Patreon. We have a Patreon page with some great rewards up there
Yeah.
for you guys. If you feel like you want to support the show and help us keep this thing alive through
Yeah, any
episode
little bit
100,
helps.
through episode 200, through episode 300, and 3000, we'll pass Rogan. How about that? We'll never pass him.
We'll have
But
to wait till he stops first.
yeah, well, he'll probably die before us. He's got
Hey,
us
take
by like
it easy,
25
man.
years.
We don't want to talk about that.
So we have 25 years after he dies to catch up.
Yeah.
So anyway, on that positive note, Patreon.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing we offer, I think, is the Discord server. You want to talk about that, Matt?
Sure. Yeah. The Discord server, we're trying to get really a community involved there. So we want to get artists talking to each other about the subjects that we're talking about here. If we find that people are good on having really good conversation on Discord, we can bring it up on the talk shows. We can talk about your conversations. We can get you guys all involved. And that's really what we're trying to do there.
Yeah. And for people that might not know, Discord is basically a chat server.
Right.
So it's like having our own personal The Musicians Talk Show chat room
exactly. And there's
where
really cool
we're on there all the
options.
time. We have a bunch of other people on there all the time. And we're always talking about music and life and funny memes and
Sure.
whatever. Like it's just a
we
way
prep
for
the
us to
shows on there
basically-
sometimes when
Yeah.
we're far away.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we're not like next to each other. We can talk about the episode coming up or
and
whatever.
there's certain tiers of rewards where you can actually be a part of that show prep,
Yep.
which is cool.
Is-
But the main thing is it's a way for us to keep these conversations going when we're not recording the podcast. You know what
Absolutely. If we have our fans on there listening, they can easily share like links or any ideas like they have or people they want to have on the podcast. It's almost like a more dedicated chat style than what Instagram is. More
Yeah, it's more
posting.
like focused.
Right.
Yeah.
So more focused on just chatting. And we get, me and Dallas both have it running for notifications on our phone. So we
Oh, yeah.
actually get notified when we get a message on there. So
Yep.
you want to be able to reach out to us, that's a really good way to do it.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, actually.
Yep.
And we do most of our talking through there now anyway.
Yep.
So, a big thing we've been doing on Instagram lately is New Music Fridays.
Yeah.
Which is where I've said this before, but every Friday I wake up and doing this forever. But since I've had Apple Music, which is right when it came out, that was like 2014 or 15.
Yeah, I was like, 4 years ago.
So new music used to come out on Tuesdays, and then at some point they switched it to Fridays. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. I wondered because I thought it was cool that they kept it separate from movies because movies were Fridays and then music was on Tuesdays. So your focus was just separate a little bit, because I follow movies too.
Yeah.
And now you got to deal with all your new content.
I don't remember when
Fridays.
it was, but I definitely remember being like, oh, sweet, it's Tuesday. Wait, no new music. What?
Yeah,
and then I checked Friday.
Some
and I was
hard.
like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And then it was just Friday from then on out.
Fridays. Yeah. I don't know what that happened, but.
So anyway, it's Fridays. So New Music Fridays. I've been waking up and the first thing I'll do is I'll open Apple Music. I'll go browse the genres and browse the new music and see what's out. And I've been grabbing some pics of the album art.
Yeah. Some
posting it
good
to Instagram in a, what would you call that? Slideshow?
Yeah. Like multi-post or whatever that is. But,
yeah. So I've been doing that, but
I really like
cool way
there's
to
some
get
really good albums coming out, and it's really nice to have a little spot to check out the new stuff coming out.
Yeah,
even if
and,
you're not
and
on.
one thing I've noticed since I've been posting that is there's a ton of new music coming out every single week.
Yeah,
almost too much. Like there's no way you can keep up with it all.
Yeah, well, it's good that we can highlight it then because we keep people eyes on it, stuff that we like and stuff that we think they'll like. So
yeah, for sure. Cool. And I mean, there's so much good stuff coming out all the time.
Yep, like what we had coming out last Friday, actually. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's see. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, because I knew the Architects record came out, which everybody's been kind of waiting on that. Doomsday's been out for a while, and that's a really popular song.
I think that was 2 weeks ago.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay, so this week... Oh, sorry, yeah.
So that was 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, we had Red Dragon Cartel.
Right.
August Burns Red with like a winter Christmassy album. That's weird.
Nice.
Architects, like you said. Joe Perry has a new single, All That Remains. I think that album was... Their guitar player died, so it was... a posthumous release for him.
So another one. So 2 albums like that is Architects and
I guess so.
And All That Remains. Wow.
And then Muse and then Train's Greatest Hits. But this past week we have Nita Strauss's new album. Chris Cornell, some sort of like
the instrumental album Nita Strauss, by the way. I don't want to just glaze over that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, instrumental metal. It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
And we might have some big news coming up on the Nita Strauss front.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell, I don't know what you would even call this. It's some sort of like deluxe
tribute
compilation,
type,
greatest
release.
hits kind of thing.
Yep.
Can't Swim, which is they're cool like pop punky band.
Yep.
Memphis Mayfire.
Yep.
Need to Breathe. And Rush Hemispheres is released 40th anniversary.
Cool. Very cool.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Speaking of 40th, Social D next year is going on their 40th year being a band. That's pretty cool. I thought that was worth noting. At least they're going to come out with another album. And they're just classic, that classic punk sound. So they could be like the last of a breed, man. Anyways, that's interesting.
That's
Mike
an
Ness
interesting thought to think about.
years.
I don't know if I would personally be happy living a life 40 years in the same band like
I know. It's interesting.
I would feel like I missed out on so much.
Well, I mean, he talks about his life, that recent article. I think I'm going to post that on the stories too, because I just now saw that. But
it's kind of like you are that band
life.
now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
His life is the band. So the band is a depiction of what his life has been. The songs are about it. Mm-hmm. His life has been revolved around it. Like whether he was able to play a show or not, he was talking about like how hooked on the junk he was, or how like messed up he was. There's lots of things that he's gone through. Obviously, most punk rockers face a drug life.
Yeah,
sometime. But
what was his quote? It starts out as sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and it ends up just drugs.
Yep. I mean, the drugs take over everything, don't they? It's not something you can sustain.
Yeah.
So he's somehow sustained his music career, but it's been a bumpy ride for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways.
We were watching, speaking of drugs and how they take over your life, we were watching The Mindy Project on Hulu. I don't know if you've ever seen it with Mindy Kaling.
No.
It's a really good show.
Okay.
This character is caught doing cocaine in it at one point, and she's acting like she's got it together. And she's like, "What? I just do it on my days off to kick back, and also the days I work."
Yeah, all of them. All the days. Yep.
What?
That's the sign of an addict. No, I just do it on days that I don't work and days that I
only
work.
do it alone or with friends. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, alone or with friends. Exactly. All of the above.
So funny, dude.
Yeah, it's good.
A lot of people are addicts and they don't think they are. You know,
That's the thing.
That's the funniest one.
It's perspective.
I don't know if
man.
funny is the word.
You can't
but
see it if you're entrapped in it. It's not that funny, but
yeah,
it's a funny thing about humans.
yeah, for sure. So another thing that happened is I got the pussy melter pedal finally came in.
Yeah,
for me.
dude, that post
So
is
I
killer.
posted. Yeah, if you guys go back on our Instagram, you'll see the post I did demoing
Yeah, a
it.
little demo of it. You played the little bit of "You Really Love Me." Is that what it
If
was?
you really love
Yeah.
me, yep, that's solo.
Yep, that was killer.
And then I just kind of noodled it after that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Killer tone.
Dude, it sounds so good. I wish I should have showed what tone I was playing on the Kemper. It was a completely clean, bland
I think
AC30.
I could barely see AC30 actually
That was
in the
it.
corner of
It
the
was
screen.
just a normal AC30 with nothing on it except a little compression.
Maybe you just told me that though.
And then I
don't know.
stomped on the pedal there,
Yeah.
and it just sounded like a killer Marshall amp.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the best sounding, probably the best sounding distortion pedal I've ever heard.
That's killer, man.
And it makes a lot of noise, dude.
yeah.
You kick it on, it's just just
In
that
all
shit.
ranges of the gain or yeah.
It was tough. Like to get it to not make noise, you had to dial it back like below 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you want extra gain, like you're getting some noise. You know what I mean?
That's
so I
kind of
had
comes
it
with the territory, but yeah. I know
where
what you
I
mean.
had it was I was getting noise, but you couldn't hear it because I was playing.
Right.
So-
So once you're playing, just
Yeah, and I had my gate all the way up on the Kemper.
Sure.
Which can suffocate your notes, but that pedal was pushing so much.
Yeah, it was pushing the front end like
yeah, I
that.
was pushing
so.
it so hard that it wasn't really chopping off my notes.
Yep.
So,
Well, that's
dude,
cool,
the pedal
though.
sounds so good.
Yeah, it looks cool too. I like the pink.
Yeah, the very pink. It's
yeah.
like I had it sitting right here next to me. I'm in my studio right now, and like it, like it's the
Jumps
only
off
thing
the
you can see
screen,
in
yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you walked in, you're like, "What's that?" So
That's
anyway,
cool.
yeah,
And, we just saw Angel Vivaldi tested it too on the Steel
Yeah.
Panthers page. They just posted that. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
he's a shredder, dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
He's
he
a
is.
killer player.
Couldn't really hear the demo very well, unfortunately, in that playing demo. Like you couldn't hear the guitar playing very well. You could hear him talking, and you could hear like people around him talking a lot. But
Yeah, I think it was just like a phone or something.
well, he was at a show or something. Yes, it was a.
What was that? Some sort of like convention.
Yeah, some kind of convention, right? So
So they made them a while ago, and I was one of the earlier people to buy it, but I wasn't like the first.
right.
So there was a significant waiting time.
There's a campaign,
Probably
like
two
on
to 3
Kickstarter,
months I had to wait
Wasn't it a
before I got it.
Kickstarter thing?
I don't think it was a Kickstarter thing,
Okay.
but yeah, I had to wait forever to get it, but finally did. And I wasn't mad at all. Like I knew it was going to take a while.
Yeah,
They said it straight up. They're like, yeah, it's going to take like 2 to 3 months to get your pedals. So
Yeah. Are you going to maybe use it in any sort of way? And can you see yourself using it in a rig, or is it just fun?
not in a rig. I'll use it in a studio.
Yeah, it's
I won't,
fun to
I
have.
won't take it out.
It's fun to have. It's a cool little piece of nostalgia. I like to remember that time when,
I mostly bought it just to support them and because it's a limited, like, never produced again kind of thing.
Right.
So
And it's cool.
at least they say that. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, you got the first run, if anything.
yeah. So coming up, we'll have the vagina melter, and it'll
Right,
be like, well,
right.
it wasn't the pussy melter. Like,
Told you.
it's like we only made that one once.
Yeah.
It's like
It won't come out with a
mostly did it
vagina
'cause
melter,
I
though,
just-
because that would be beside the whole point.
yeah,
The whole point was to use the word pussy.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Anyways.
vagina is so much of a weirder word.
Pussy.
I did it mostly, I think, to just support Steel Panther because I love those guys, and I feel like they're really doing an interesting.
I just like
thing.
how they're genuine. I feel that they're genuine, and I like that they're doing what they do, no matter what.
I like it. I think it's hilarious that you say they're genuine when literally every word they say is a like comedic sculpted
they're
lie.
genuinely,
You know
but
what I
they're
mean?
genuinely like looking at that in that way, in that lighter, or they're genuinely having fun with that shtick. I'll say shtick, but
Have you
I don't
ever-
want. I
have
don't
you
want
ever
you to
thought
think
about
it's
how
just
they-
a comedy thing, because it's not. It's like
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Well, it's definitely a comedy thing.
It's partial.
Have you thought?
comedy,
Have
but-
you ever thought about how deeply they spoof '80s metal?
Yeah,
Because it's hilarious to me.
I mean, if you break
So-
down their music,
so a
you
lot
can hear
of-
you can hear the complexities of the riffs in there that are just slightly like.
well, they're better than any '80s metal band.
Right.
Let's get that out of the way.
well, not any. I mean, like there's
Nope, they're better
Guns
than
N' Roses,
literally.
dude.
Guns N' Roses is I wouldn't necessarily call them '80s metal. At least not hair metal, which is what they're spoofing.
It's one of the kind of things that they're. Yeah, I don't know. It falls in line a little bit.
We talked about this at the California Dreaming Retreat, which I'll talk about in a minute. We were talking about Steel Panther. No one had heard of them. And I was like,
Really?
oh, they're spoofing '80s metal bands. They were
Out
like,
in California,
oh, like who?
nobody heard
Yeah.
it.
No, nobody had heard of Steel Panther.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
But what was I going to
We
say?
gotta talk about that
Oh yeah,
retreat,
so
though,
one of
but
the
anyways.
funniest ways I think they spoof things is like from a really macro point of view.
Mm-hmm.
All the '80s metal bands are talking like really subtle and like innuendos, and Steel Panther just straight up says it. Like,
Right.
that's what's so funny.
Exactly.
To me.
It's like
they're
that-
making fun of those like super cheesy innuendos by just saying it directly. Like, I love that.
Exactly. They're coming out and doing the thing that you think that these bands that are trying to do kind of like subtly, and they're doing it like so blatantly that it's comical. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's so
it's like
funny.
they're doing it without tact. It's like everybody's trying to like tippy toe around these stuff. And they come right in like,
they just
I put my balls on the, whatever it was. Didn't matter. That's
so
so like
funny.
that about Steel Panther.
And their music's better than any 80s song I've ever heard. I mean, like in that genre.
Yeah, Russ is a killer guitar player. So
yeah,
we all know that.
They work so well as a unit. And Michael Starr has just got an amazing voice for that kind of thing. Anyway, whatever.
Yep.
They're good.
We can talk about them all day long, but
so I just got back from LA, where I was a part of the California Dreaming Retreat, which is put on by Gary Gray. This is his second year doing it. It was a lot of fun. It's mostly about music licensing, which is kind of like a secret side of music that not a lot of musicians know.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be the one to tell them because I want to keep it all to myself. But
oh yeah, be stingy with that.
It's all about like getting your it's not film scoring, but it's writing music for movies and film, that kind of thing. So
right.
like
so
when you watch like CSI, who writes all the music underneath
right.
that you're hearing?
Right.
People that are doing.
And is it about the
what I'm
workings and how people go about getting that work? Is it how the people build a name for themselves?
Yeah, it's how it's everything from craft to business. Cool. So yeah,
Very cool.
what kind of music you need to write to kind of, or not what kind of music you should write, but how you should approach thinking about writing music. Cause it's very different writing music for like a TV show than just like sitting down and writing a song. Cause like, one of the things we kept talking about was you have to get to the point faster. Mm-hmm. Like if your intro's 8 bars, it needs to be 4.
Right.
If your verse is 8 bars, it needs to be 4. Like you got to keep it moving. Like you only have like 40 seconds to say what you need to say. So you better get there fast.
Interesting.
You don't have time for the fucking extended intro.
Like, right.
Yeah, you just do it.
You got to get it in there, transition in and out.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. So you don't really think about that. Also, one of the biggest things is when you're writing for a visual medium, it's very different than writing just as an artist. Because as an artist, you do whatever you want. You don't worry about it. It's whatever I want.
Yeah.
If you want it to work with visual medium,
so about anything TV show or movies,
TV, web, app, anything like that, right? Internet video, like film. Yep. Anything from like Angry Birds all the way up to like Avengers.
Where the music is not your main focus, but the attraction.
The music serves a different purpose. It's not art. It's function. It's there to enhance what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So you have to approach that differently. You can't just be like, one of the biggest things is pride. Right. You have to be able to write something and someone will be like, nah, I don't like that. And you're like, okay, I'll try again. Like, you go back and start over. You're not like, well, I think it works. It's like, no one gives a shit what you think. I'm the director and I'm deciding.
Right. It is more of like you're a piece of the band and you are not the director anymore. You're not like, even though you do create the music, it still has to get passed by the guy.
And another big thing is a lot of the people you're talking to have no idea musical terms at all.
Sure. So you're just getting their feedback based on vibes and other things.
Yeah. You get a lot of, can we make it sound more purple?
Right. Yep.
Fuck.
Yes. Just change. I'll go back in there and edit it.
Yeah. I'll just go make it more purple.
Yep.
Let me go turn on the purple knob.
Yep. All the tracks became purple.
Anyway, we spent a lot of time in a really nice studio. It was cool because it was like, it's in this residential district. And so you're driving around, there's a lot of homes and you're like, okay, what? And you get to the place, the address, and it's just a house. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And you walk back around the corner through the fence and there's this huge warehouse building that comes up like literally out of nowhere. And you're like, oh shit. Cool. And then you walk inside and it's like a beautiful, like multi-million-dollar studio.
Cool.
Owned by a guy named Joey, who was awesome. And Joey did a lot of the music supervision for like NCIS and stuff like that. So he was in charge of getting those songs placed.
Nice.
So he was a really good resource to talk to on all this kind of stuff.
Cool. Did you have fun with the whole process and everything, the trip and everything?
Yeah.
Anything interesting happened while you were out there besides the class?
I will say, no, to answer your question, but I will say the best like travel experience I've ever had. It was crazy.
As far as like taking flights and whatnot?
Yeah, let me go into this real quick.
Let's hear it.
Actually, first, I need to go back and tell you the worst travel experience I've ever had.
Might as well.
I may have even said this before. So it was 2012. I was at the Paul Gilbert Great Guitar Escape, dude, the very first one ever. It was up in the upstate New York in the mountains. And to get there, you fly into the city. You go over to the bus station, whatever they call it. I can't remember the name. I haven't been there forever. And then the bus takes you out to the hotel, like way out in the mountains, like 3 hours away. So that all went fine. On the way back, the hotel shuttle, like those little like bus semi, like a mini bus.
Sure.
It takes you to the like drop off point where the bus is supposed to get you. So there's like 5-10 of us standing around with our luggage, guitars, luggage. We're clearly like waiting on a bus. And this bus just goes right by us. And we're like, oh, okay, well, he didn't even slow down. That probably wasn't our bus.
Right.
Like 20 minutes later, we're all looking around like, I think that was our bus, dude. Like,
damn. So you stuck.
turns
there
out it was
20
our bus.
minutes,
So the
missed your
first mode of
flight?
transportation fucked up. So the shuttle comes down and grabs us. We're flying down the road. We're doing like 90 to catch up to the bus. We catch up to it at the next stop. We get on the bus. All good. That bus takes us to the bus station. From there, there's a shuttle to take you to the airport. LaGuardia is where I was flying out of.
Yep.
That shuttle broke down.
Oh wow. You had
Literally
bad
broke
luck,
down on the
Ron.
side of the road, and we had to get picked up by another shuttle. By the time I got to the hotel, I'd missed my flight. So I had to get a new flight,
Yeah.
which was delayed 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Finally got on that plane and made it
How
home.
late? How much later did you get home?
I was supposed to get home at like 1 or 2, and I got home at like midnight.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it was like a half a
ridiculous.
day difference, basically.
Yeah, but it was just like it was
sucks.
just so funny it was funny in the moment. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't stressed. I was just like, this is straight up like out of like Seinfeld or
Yeah,
something.
real
like,
quick, I'll just say the first time that I got to see Steel Panther was because I missed a flight and they were in town, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go see him. So that
That's
worked
awesome.
out. Sometimes missed flights work out.
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Anyway, so let's hear about your best flying experience now.
It's uneventful because everything went as planned.
Okay, did you get like upgraded to first class or anything
No,
like that?
no,
'Cause
none
that
of that.
happens sometimes.
None of that,
You ever
no.
you ever heard stories about that? Like people were like, yeah, so I was waiting in line to go get on the thing or whatever, and they were asking if anybody wanted a free upgrade or whatever, and I said yeah, and then they put me in first class, so I rode first class the whole
That's
time
funny.
for free.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, dude, it
if
was
that
just-
happened to me, I would just buy lotto tickets.
I didn't
because-
have anything like
the
there weren't any
chances-
upgrades or anything. It was just absolutely nothing went
Flawless.
wrong. Which if you travel a lot, you know how rare that is.
That's rare enough, right? I'll
yeah,
take it.
all the flights were
I'll
on
take
time. My guitar was gate checked beautifully every time, right there waiting
Yeah.
for me when I got off the plane. No
Yeah.
issues, no bag. I don't check bags.
I've
so I
never
don't lose
had a
bags,
guitar issue. That's luckily for me. I've never I've always been. That's my biggest fear if I fly anywhere.
Yeah.
Is bringing that guitar if it gets lost or something like that. So I always try and keep it closed. Gate check. We always talk about that. But the one time I did lose all my bag, like my clothes, like my bag.
You checked a bag?
Yeah, I checked
Oh,
the bag.
amateur
and it-
move.
well, I had to back then.
okay.
This was a snowboard trip or whatever,
Oh, I
and I had
gotcha.
to check a bag. There's no way
Dude,
to get around it.
I never check any bag ever, no matter what.
I had to in this one. It was a long winter trip. So, but they lost that and that sucks. But I did get it back in a couple days. I had to go without for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was, that's the only time I've ever had problems.
Yeah,
Other than
dude.
like there was tornadoes in Texas one time. I don't think I got delayed, but nothing like
Yeah.
serious.
I got right off the plane, straight into the lift, took me straight to the
Love
hotel. Not only did I get checked in beautifully, and there was an issue there, but the day before, which I'll tell you about in a second, but the guy gave me like all kinds of discounts, and like
Oh,
my
nice.
room was ready
That
for me
always
early
helps.
with no sort of fee. Like
That always helps.
so the issue was I was using Hotel Tonight, and the way you use it is at the very beginning when you open the app, it says search like for zip code or whatever, and then like what day are you staying? And by default, that's tonight because the app
Right.
is called Hotel Tonight.
Hotel Tonight.
So this was Thursday night, and I needed a hotel for Friday. And I'm looking through. I'm like, oh, this is the perfect one. Buy, whatever.
You bought
Fucking
Thursday
bought it
night.
for Thursday night. I was so mad, dude.
And what happened? Were they easy to fix it? Or?
So I called Hotel Tonight, and they don't do refunds or no cancellations, none of that.
figured,
And
right.
it says it all over the website. So I was like, if they can tell me to go fuck
Yeah,
myself,
and you
then
were
it's
wrong.
totally
Yeah.
my fault. So
Yeah.
I can't say anything. But luckily, they called the hotel, and the hotel just moved the reservation to the next day. No problem.
sweet. Yeah.
And she said there might be an upcharge fee because there was a difference in price because it was between the Thursday
Well,
night and
that's
Friday
totally
night.
understandable.
And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'll pay
Yeah,
whatever the difference is.
totally.
And got there was I don't think there was any difference to pay. And he gave me a discount on like all kinds of other shit.
Sweet.
And I
well,
was
that
just
worked
like,
out,
dude.
man. Is your luck was in your favor? That
Yep.
cool.
And then I had to buy 3 more nights. So
You had to because why? Is this because
I was thinking I would be able to stay with someone, but that didn't work out. So.
yeah, I hear you. It's hard timing wise. Got to work out.
So
Anyways.
I was happier buying my own hotel.
Yeah,
I like to be able to retreat to my own place and kind of have a home base,
And it's nice hotels you get waited on. Like whenever I leave or whatever, and you just leave you switch the door handle thing, and then they come and clean the whole place out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice
for sure.
Kind of nice.
Fresh
Anyway,
towels, all that stuff.
yeah, you feel waited on.
Yeah. So the trip was awesome. It was my first time actually like being in Southern California. I've like passed through several times,
Yeah.
but never like stayed and was part of the culture.
Yeah, cool.
For anyone wondering, I was way south of where all the fires are. So
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's crazy what's going on over there, man.
they're way north. Yeah.
It's so crazy though. I mean, Joe Rogan was talking about it, like how the hills where he runs are all burnt down and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I
it's
saw that post. He got
crazy.
evacuated.
Yep.
Segura and Christina P got
Yep.
evacuated.
They all stayed at the same place apparently. That must have been a riot. Like
Oh, they
them in
stayed
the
at the
same
same
hotel.
hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It must have been a total riot.
That's funny. Well, I don't know if that would have been a total riot because
I mean, I'm
always
sure
hang out
the
together.
circumstances are weird, but those two guys, just I imagine.
Well, they always hang out together.
Sure.
It's probably just like no different than us hanging out or something,
Isn't Segura on the East Coast though?
No, he lives in
Oh,
LA.
he lives in LA. Okay. I don't know what I was
Ozarks.
thinking. Maybe I'm thinking Ari. Ari lives in New York.
He lives in New York, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
So it was a amazing trip. Love it.
cool, man. Anytime you can get a chance to go out to the West Coast is good.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome. And
Yeah.
Gary's awesome, of course.
Gary's
Shout out to
awesome.
Gary.
Yeah, check
What
out
up?
episode 3 of the podcast.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We're on episode 40, dude. How does it feel to be on episode 40?
Feels, how do I feel? Feel warm. I feel,
That'd be the heat. Yep.
yeah, that's the heat. The heat works good here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, episode 40 feels good, man. I feel accomplished. I feel like we've got a good establishment of where we want to be.
I will say,
what we wanna
this
do.
this is a good thing. I was about to tell you this before we started, but I'll just tell you now.
Okay.
I didn't, to my credit, I didn't bring up that I have a podcast at the retreat and told everyone to go listen to it.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't going to do that self-promotion.
Right, right.
But Gary brought it up.
Okay.
And of course, everybody turns around, looks at me and goes, what? Tell me more. And then I was like, okay, I'll tell you more. So,
Cool.
I said, yeah, it's this and this. You can look it up right now or whatever. And one of the guys, Paul, looked it up and he goes, oh, you guys got 38 episodes or 39 episodes. Like, that's awesome. Nice. Like, and he had that tone of like, oh, you guys are legit.
Established, kind of. Yeah. I was just thinking, actually.
So
Like, it's
I'm
kinda,
happy that we have a big enough number of episodes to
people know what
give
we're
us
about.
a little
at
bit of
least.
credibility. you know?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's cool. We're going to grow. We got a lot more to go from here.
Yeah.
So
One of
neat.
the guys at the retreat was a 19-year-old kid, just kind of like learning
Yeah.
the ropes and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was a guitar player, so we talked a lot.
Cool. Cool.
But I was like, do you know Greg Howe? He was like, no. Do you know this guy? No. Do you know this guy? I was
blowing
like,
his
dude,
mind a
I was
little
like, you need to listen to our podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you are one
exactly.
person that this is made for.
Well, hopefully he's listening to this one.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So, Mikey.
Cool.
Going back to Steel Panther.
Yeah, because they got a new album coming out, and the footage that
I've
they
never been
I
more
love
excited,
them in
dude.
the studio. Like,
All right, so here's
their
the
little
thing.
clips are
Tons of bands
hilarious.
do in the studio.
Yeah.
No one does it as well as Steel Panther.
Nah, they're so good. Like, they're so on top of it. Like, the little
Yeah.
jokes they're
Oh,
doing
dude,
are just
me
so
and my-
classic,
yeah.
like musician jokes.
Well, a lot of them are like really subtle too. Like,
Sure, sure.
me and my buddy Daniel Kyer watched all of the in the studio footage for All You Can Eat.
Yeah.
Dude,
So funny.
I don't think
So
I've laughed that
funny.
hard
Party
since.
harder. Party
Like,
hardy. I mean, sorry.
it
Party
was
hardy.
there was one
We're talking about like
I can't even remember the exact scene, but it's something when Lexi's tracking bass.
yeah.
And dude, I don't even remember it, but
There's
it was
several of them,
so
dude.
subtle and so funny, and you could tell they improv'd it, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, Science Panther's coming back, and those are always
yeah.
good.
Those segments were great on YouTube.
all those segments they do are great.
yeah, they're so good.
Yeah. That's a really smart thing.
Yeah, to keep your presence alive on YouTube as a band like that, I mean, that gives them so much more just in your face. Like you're in more
Mm-hmm.
people's face all the time. Like it's always a laugh, Steel Panther, when you go there, it's always going to
And
be
you
good.
can, it seems like they kind of just improvise that. Like
Sure,
they might have a
sure.
couple little like jumping off points, but
Yeah, and they've been doing it for so long now. They've really caught a rhythm, and they rolls off the cuff for them. I think.
yeah, they do it so well. I often wonder, do they just turn it off? Like how do they do that?
I wonder
Like,
too if they have like when they're like just behind closed doors,
Yeah.
or like, all right,
It's almost like in the old days when you were famous.
sure,
Like,
in a way.
people only saw you based on articles, newspapers, or at a show.
Sure. So when you were on an interview or whatever, you just turned it on.
Yeah, and you were off, and like nobody
So
could
everybody
bother
just
you.
assumed you were that way all
Yeah,
the time.
now
or
with
whatever.
social media, it's not like that,
No,
but they still are somehow like that.
People want honesty though. People and the
I
thing
mean?
about Steel Panthers, they're a shtick kind of, and they know like it's whatever they want to call themselves. I'm not trying to label them or anything like that, but they have this thing that they want to be viewed as, obviously because it's fun for people to join in on that,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's why they do what they do. I think I don't think it's to make themselves look cool, because a lot of time it's self-deprecating and a lot of
yeah,
time,
yeah.
you know what I
No,
mean?
they're not trying to make
I know,
themselves
no,
look
I'm not saying you were saying that, but I just think that's cool that they know, they're so aware, they're so
Yeah.
self-aware.
Yeah,
It's cool. And the new
hilarious.
album is going to be killer, I'm sure.
I can't wait. I'm
the
hoping
one
it's a
thing
little stronger than the last one.
That's
though.
what I was going to say. I hope that they I don't want to tell them what to do, obviously. This is not what this is about. at
Like
all.
they're gonna listen and be like, well,
not,
shit,
Not
Matt
that I
said-
even want them to listen to me, but I don't want them to even take this as my, whatever.
Well, God damn it, guys, we gotta go back
I
to the
just
drawing board.
hope-
Matt Tolley
Yeah.
Matt Tolley said he didn't want us to.
I'll be, no way. But I just hope that it's more in line with like Balls Out. I think that record to me was like their
So
pinnacle.
balls. I was about to ask you, what are your rank their albums?
Yeah, I would say Balls Out, Feel the Steel, now I'm like
All You Can Eat,
All You Can Eat, and then there's
live at Lexi's Garage.
am I missing one? No, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay, so All You Can Eat is, I wouldn't say Lexi's Garage is a true album. I would.
It's a live album with one new song on
But
it.
if you're gonna like,
It's acoustic,
if you-
too.
Are you really gonna compare that though to the other albums? 'Cause that's
Dude,
not really
I
a fair
love that
comparison.
album. I listen to that whole thing. There's
No,
so
I'm not
many
saying
funny
it's not
jokes
good,
in
but
between, dude.
my point being though, that is if you're gonna compare them,
Like
is
a
it a fair
studio album?
comparison? Yeah, is it a fair comparison to a studio album?
Well, I mean, it's an album they released, so I'd put it in the ranking.
Okay. I mean, totally.
I think All You Can Eat's
posing the
their best
question is
one
all.
for me.
Yeah.
I like pretty much every song they have.
Dude,
like so.
the
But All You Can Eat is the first album that I liked
Gangbang
every
at the
single
old
song.
folks home,
Yeah.
dude, and the way it starts, the whole Van Halen-esque of it, dude, is I think it's so killer. Yeah, and the just no, that's Glory Hole is what you were thinking.
Ah, shit,
yeah,
you're
so
right. How does Gangbang start?
Gangbang start.
Oh, I know. I heard
delivering
it.
pizzas on a Saturday night. Yeah, and then he actually says cranking Van Halen looking tight. So the whole vibe
dude, but
is
now
Van
I got to
Halen.
remember the intro because I do not remember the intro because I was just singing Glory Hole.
Yeah, Glory Hole's a really memorable one because of that.
Because of that riff, that drop D riff.
That
Yeah.
riff is cool as fuck. Yeah.
Let me see here.
Also, I like Whipped, Pussy Whipped on that record. It's really
That's
awesome.
the first track.
So good, dude. Strong riffing, and I like the intro.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't exactly
Here we
what I
go.
was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
killer.
I sang over it so we wouldn't get fined.
Yeah, that's good. We could talk over music we found out, and then don't pull it for that. So that's good. All we have to do is keep
I
talking.
doubt that
over
would
it.
have been pulled because you were still talking.
Absolutely, and actually, I think it's like as long as you don't play like too long, like 10 seconds or something like that before talking. Like you can just interrupt it every 10 seconds if you want.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know because
It might just be a loophole. It might not be like any law, but it might literally just be like something that you get
I don't
away
know if
with.
that's true
Okay.
at all though. I haven't tested it. So
I know on
I
Joey
do know
Diaz's
that a lot of
podcast,
those
he goes
kind
off
of
that.
a lot of those kind of rules, air
Yeah.
quotes, are complete bullshit.
It might be rumors.
Like the whole
More
copyright
rumors than
thing, like you
rules.
can use 3 seconds or this. No, none of that's true.
right,
you can't
right.
use a fucking millisecond
right.
without
It's
permission.
just the
Like,
likeliness of getting caught, most likely, is what people are
Right.
claiming to get away with. You know,
but now
There's
with
not
all these
getting caught.
algorithms, YouTube catches it immediately and goes, nope.
Yeah, and I don't know how the algorithms work. If it's like
don't know.
how they have to have a
Apparently
certain,
they-
there must be some minimum time limit. You know what I mean? That there is actually, like, even if it's 1 second. You know what I mean? If
don't
it
know.
comes on, they're not going to kill that. You know,
I don't
for
know.
1 second, they're not going to kill it. You know, so
I guess it
don't know.
depends on what it is.
Yeah,
Usually, you probably wouldn't want to play 1 second of a clip, though. You know what I mean?
obviously.
I don't know though. I really
just
don't know
wonder
that
what
much
the-
about
I
it.
just wonder what the minimum cutoff is. Anyways, YouTube's a weird thing, anyways, because of the apparently they're really bad about stating what is allowed and what isn't allowed before they pull stuff. You know, because they'll just pull stuff and be like, yeah, this is not what we want to be promoting. Or like, oh, I didn't realize that was against the rules, and they're like, yeah, it is. And then they're like, so what are
I
the
haven't heard
rules?
anything
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
oh you haven't?
Mm-mm.
Like a lot of the politics stuff gets into that, and I don't want to get into politics at all.
Oh,
but-
like people are posting like right wing stuff because everything's
and then,
left wing.
and then they start monetizing or not monetizing. They start what's it called, filtering. Like they start choosing what gets
Right.
played and what doesn't get played, and who's
Yeah.
on YouTube and who's not on YouTube. So then it becomes like, all right, well, what is YouTube? You know, is YouTube
Yeah.
public space, or is it an entity, or is it somebody? Yeah, whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't like to get into politics either. I
Me
definitely
neither,
don't
but that
consider
is
myself.
interesting to be filtered on for
Yeah.
them to filter YouTube. Because what if what if they said, yeah, we don't like what you guys are doing on the podcast, so we're not going to let you guys post on YouTube anymore. Like that would be interesting, and it's not like we're in any kind of risk. I don't, obviously, but it's interesting that they hold the power to do that.
In that situation, I wonder if you could sue them. And if you would have any
what's
sort of
going on right now.
constitutional
That is
grounds.
what's going on right now. That's what they're trying to figure out. What YouTube is it public domain that everybody should be allowed to post on, and there should be no discrimination, or is it something that they should hold the rights to? And they're public. I mean, they're a private company. I think.
It's kind of like if you see
Think.
Google's a public company.
I'm talking about YouTube.
They're owned by Google though.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm wondering if it's like you go into those old style restaurants and you see the sign that says we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone
Sure. Yeah.
for any reason.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's something they can hold up on like online.
I think it is. That's what I
maybe.
think the whole argument is too, and they're just trying to get it all figured out. And the thing about and how we got onto the subject is that YouTube is just not clear about what they're okay with, because it's not fair to somebody who goes and puts all this effort into making an episode. That they, it's work. We know as for sure that it's work.
Yeah.
And you put it up there, and then they go, no, this isn't good, and you're just not coming on. You're not going to be on. And then they won't even tell you why. Really, sometimes they just say more like flag it.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, you're not.
Oh yeah, and then have you ever tried talking to Google support, dude?
Yeah, right. That's what they say. It's impossible to get a hold of anybody and
impossible.
get any kind of answers from anybody. So that's
all,
just
all
interesting.
you get keep getting
Let's
directed
not talk
to like
too much shit about YouTube. We'll get
well, we're on iTunes, so Apple probably promote us for it.
We use YouTube though.
But it's like what was I gonna say?
It's interesting about choosing whether or not or what YouTube is. They get to choose who they want to serve or who they want to represent. Because it is their, if it's a public, I don't know if it's a public platform.
I don't know. I think the issue might come in with it being a search engine. YouTube's a
YouTube's
search engine.
engine, right?
Yeah.
It's a video search engine.
Search engines, I think, by definition, are supposed to be relatively transparent. So one of the issues...
Yeah, that's true. So that maybe there's some
One of the issues is Google learns your basically personality.
Yeah.
So if
starts catering
for
to
example,
your
if you're
searches.
hard right and I'm hard left, and you search Donald Trump and I search Donald Trump,
You get different
we're going to get
answers.
very different
Yeah,
results
because of what we normally look at.
because of what we normally look at, and it's confirmation bias.
Yeah,
which
that
is
sucks, man.
which-
It's
yeah,
not
it's
good.
bad. It's
Because
bad.
It's basically telling everybody that what you think is right and everybody else is wrong. And
yeah.
it's
And
making
so what happens
it's
is that
creating diversion.
that divide that
Yeah.
we've seen get really bad recently keeps
Yeah.
getting bigger
It's
because of
getting-
shit like that.
Yeah, confirmation bias is definitely not good. We need more open-mindedness. Anyways, let's not talk about politics. Let's go on to
Politics. No,
politics. What do we got next, Dallas?
you got a new. guitar.
we got politics.
Welcome to the Politics Talk Show. You got a new guitar.
I did get a new guitar. I got a
Is it garbage or is it the worst guitar you've ever?
see all the above. No, I love it actually. And
Tell me what it
the cool
is.
thing is it was like it's a 12-string Breedlove Atlas, a series acoustic guitar. So
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's really pretty.
yeah, it is a pretty guitar. It's subtle, obviously. It just looks very much like a classic acoustic guitar. Anyways, awesome playing guitar, and I didn't even expect getting it, but he was looking for a specific guitar that I actually had, and I was like, all right, well, this seems like a pretty even trade. Let's do it, and it was, and I'm very happy with it. So, it was when those good deals come along, it's hard to pass them up. Like
Especially trades.
It feels like a guitar is meant to be
A
in your
trade,
hands.
I feel like you don't lose anything. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. You're just like, oh, this guitar, how much do I play it? Maybe not that much. Will I play this new one? I will.
Yeah.
And it's easy to make that decision.
I've definitely sold or traded some guitars in the past that I wish I hadn't.
yeah.
Most prominent of which I had a beautiful black, amazing BC Rich Mockingbird.
Oh yeah.
And I traded that.
Yep. Well, that sucks, man. That's why I try not to get rid of anything. I really haven't gotten rid of much. This was like one of the first guitars I've traded.
Yeah, that's why I've stopped. I did sell that Music Man, but other than that, that's because
Yeah.
I never played that.
Yeah, that's one of those things. If you have one you don't play, you feel bad about even having it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah, I love that thing. I've been playing it and been just messing around on old acoustic songs and just hearing what they sound like with more full 12-string sound. It's really cool. Pink Floyd and stuff like that, just simple chord stuff. But when you play it on a 12-string, it's
It really
way
opens
more,
up, yeah.
way bigger, way more epic sounding.
I
so.
started realizing a lot of songs are played on 12 strings that you didn't really think of.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. Because it kind of sounds like a chorusy effect, so you can kind of mistake it for just an effect.
Yeah.
But it's actually a 12-string guitar, or two of them sometimes even.
Yeah. More Than a Feeling intro is a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah.
And a lot of Zeppelin.
Yeah. I feel like in Peace of Mind, did we put 12-string in that? I feel like we used a chorus effect
think I
for
did.
sure.
We have your guitar in there with a
Yeah,
real,
with
it's
chorus.
a real wet chorus.
Yeah, which sounds awesome.
like
I love
dripping.
that. Yeah. Can't wait to get that song back. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm excited.
What else we got to talk about? Anything?
Man, that's all I had on my agenda.
Well, this was interesting. We had other stuff to do tonight, but now.
Yeah,
that
we did
fell
have
through,
some
so-
other things to get done, but that didn't happen, so we did this instead.
Yeah. Well,
But this had to
good.
get done too.
Yeah,
so.
this was good. This was a good talk.
Yeah.
This is fun.
I'm excited. Episode 40, man.
Fuck, man.
40 episodes. That's 40 hours of content. And that's
40.
rounding at an even hour every time. And oftentimes we're over an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of content.
40 hours of stuff you
So
can
if you're listening to this and this is the first episode, that you hear,
There's lots more. You
go
can
back because
yeah.
there's some more back there. And it's better than this one, too.
Yeah.
Not to say this wasn't awesome, but this wasn't the best. I'm telling you, there's some better ones back there. Anyways, maybe I'm just thinking that in the moment. Maybe this is the best episode.
Maybe this is the best episode.
Probably was. Don't yawn right when you're saying maybe this is the best.
Maybe this is the best episode.
All right, anyways, I'm going to go to sleep. See you.
All right, see, I'm going to go sleep in the middle of recording this amazing episode.
That's how good the episode was.
Any final thoughts on any music or especially politics related things?
No, this will be the last episode we record before December, right? So
Is it? Is it?
for talk show as far as non-interview.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, just double
Stall,
check.
Matt, stall.
Because if it is, I just wanted to say that be on the lookout
is.
for that. Yeah, so be on the lookout for the Instagram stories. We're going to drop those on December 1st and start getting the voting for.
Wait, how did I
Soul of
mess
the
that
Year.
up, dude? I said December 1st was a Thursday. December 1st is a Saturday.
Oh,
Was I thinking of November 1st? Dude, I had November 1st.
Oh man, you better check your
I'm
calendar.
an idiot.
Nah, you're not an idiot, Dallas. You just make bad decisions.
all the time, constantly.
Yeah, that's not because
Definition of
you're
an
an idiot though. No, so Saturday, December 1st, we'll drop those Instagram stories, and then on that,
and we have
we'll have that episode.
That'll be
we'll
the
able
next
to talk about the first round of voting. So hopefully it'll be going good by then. People will get their votes in, and we'll be able to talk about it.
So Saturday the 1st is when that starts, and Monday the 3rd will be a talk show episode 42. So,
and then be on the lookout for the interview coming up next week. So
a good interview coming up with a really awesome independent artist, and then we have a lot of other interviews that we're working
some
on.
really ones that are coming up that are really exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to go do some in-person interviews.
Yeah, we're going to be driving all around to get some interviews.
Fun,
so
man.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. Road trip.
Road trip.
Broad trip.
Broad trip. All right, see you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you could take a second to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast, it really helps us to be more visible to more musicians.
And don't forget, you can support the show by clicking on the link on our website that'll take you to our Patreon page. There you'll have access to content that is unavailable to non-patrons.
Make sure you follow our socials by going to themusicianstalkshow.com/Facebook/Instagram or /YouTube to stay up to date on all the cool things we have going on here at the show. And lastly, email us with any questions, comments, concerns, or guest ideas at dallas@themusicianstalkshow.com. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.